bringing time. So one thing that we haven't touched upon that we really want to touch upon, we've talked about your program, we've talked about some of the families that, how they come in and the impact that the program has. Let's talk about the holiday impact. I am not the blessed individual that gets to bring these gifts out to the families. You all are. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like, what that means, the families, the impact that this program has.
Okay, I can.
Oh, right.
I can talk a little bit
Let's
about
go, Stephanie.
So I'm going to talk on the families that I work with, which are usually Spanish-speaking, undocumented families that have no idea about the services that are around. So my favorite time of year is November, December, when I'm able to bring them this resource and say, it may not be big, but it's something small that we can do for you and your children. And when I tell you that I bring these gifts to these little kids, I'm talking about the most smallest things. Like, I remember one Christmas, I don't remember if it was like a coloring set. It was like an art set that I brought in for a family. And then I brought it in, and they went ballistic. All the kids went crazy for it. They were so excited, and all they could say is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that the families, specifically with the families that I work with, just want a little bit of help. They are trying to figure out when their next meal is, when they have to work. Sometimes, the money doesn't give for gifts. And Christmas is not a family who is struggling's top priority. They want to provide for their children, but they can't. So when we are able to support the family, the parents themselves don't feel disvalued. They feel more supported and more empowered to be a good parent to them and give them a little bit of that holiday spirit.
Yeah, I think you just touched upon it right there. Is there so much going on for these families that you serve that even thinking about getting a gift is not even on the realm of possibility or in their mind, because they are trying to keep the lights on and trying to keep, and maybe there's some behaviors that their kids having, and they're trying to, get to work and not jeopardize their employment because they're taking time out for the behaviors or whatever it is. And this isn't even on their docket to even think about. So why don't you talk next, Crystal, about some of the experiences that you've had?
So Christmas is always crazy, but we love the crazy. I usually try to coordinate with all my families to drop off. We do gift donations. We try to help with pickups for adoptive families. We really try to reach out to these families and see what types of things their kids are looking for as well, so that way we could try to match something that these kids wanted that their parents couldn't get them. Because that's another thing where it's like when they get the chance to get a gift that they really wanted to, it's like a whole nother joy in these kids. And then just seeing, me as a parent too, just seeing your kids' joy on Christmas morning is the best feeling ever. So I'm glad we're able to help these families get connected to this Christmas holiday help, because times are hard for everybody now. So Christmas is just, it's a struggle, and we want to make sure that the kids are happy. We want to make sure it's just like a happy Christmas and moments and family, and so we just try to help burden the stress a little bit and
Give them a little hope.
Yeah. That's awesome. And how about you, Emma?
Okay, I've worked with a lot of families, and some families you go in around Christmas time and they says, I want my children to have a Christmas. And even if I have to take my rent money to buy Christmas presents, and I would tell them, no, pay your rent. FCCP is going to make sure that your children have something for Christmas. And you right there, you could just see the tears swell up in their eyes that say, someone's going to buy Christmas toys for our children, and we go out of our way to try to help these families, because we don't want them to take their rent money to buy Christmas presents, because Christmas is only one day. Rent is 365 days a year that you have to provide for
Yeah,
your
that
family.
Christmas present is not going to put the roof over
Right,
their head.
right.
Yeah, and I think that that's just, is that they're so desperate sometimes. These families that we work with are so desperate to that they know that this is so important to their kids, and it's not. And obviously, the gift giving it's the essence of the holiday, and one more disappointment.
Right. And it's just a big smile that a kid can wake up on a Christmas morning and open a gift, even if it's only a gift with a packet, some socks in it, or a little toy truck. It's the happiness, the great feeling that they have that I had a Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so important. It's
Yep,
impactful work. So you guys do all this hard work, and then you do have moments where you're able to celebrate
Yeah.
the good stuff. Yeah. So so obviously your family, your work is hard, but there are a lot of positive outcomes. Can we talk a little bit about that? I'll come back to you, Stephanie. Talk about some positive outcomes that have happened with some of the families you served.
So there's been a lot. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to talk about a mom who I received. She was young. She had a young baby, first time mom. And when we first received her, she was very, very self-conscious about her role as a parent. She felt like she couldn't find supports. She felt like she was like giving up a little bit. And when working with her, the way that I like to work with my clients is strength-based. I want to highlight their strengths. So we started off with that, and she is now thriving. She first was homeless, has an apartment with her child. She was a DCYF referral due to, some situations. And working with her, I think it was like 3 months in, DCYF closed out the case. And it hasn't been open since. It's been 2 years since I've seen her. And the good thing about working living in the community that I work with, I get to see my clients sometimes. And I saw her the other day at Walmart with her son. I hid behind, but I saw her and she was just happy, and they were putting things in the cart, and it just filled me up with joy to see that no matter what someone may come up with, or their family may go through, there's always hope that things can get better.
Yeah, awesome. So real quickly, Crystal, do you have a quick one?
Yeah, I could talk about one of mine that I got. It was a DCYF referral, a mom and a baby. She was not prepared to have a baby. It was a surprise. And I had came out and started working with her in regards to organization of the home, getting services in place for her son. He was delayed. He still is. So we were able to get her connected to EI services. We work on organization. She does live in public housing, so she was failing her housing inspections. And now when I first started going out, I was helping her clean her apartments in order to get her inspection done. And now it'll come to inspection time, and I'll purposely not schedule around that time so that way I can see where she can do it herself. And she will send me videos of her apartment now. She passes the inspection, and sometimes she'll even be like, "Oh, I need you to help me do this." And I'm like, "No, I think you can do it." And it's just like the proud look on her face when she does it and she passes it on her own now. That's what I look forward to. So
Awesome. Awesome. Those are great things. How about you, Emma, really quick?
I have so many stories, but it's just one because I live in the same community where we have a lot of clients. And sometimes I'd be in the supermarket and I hear someone call me Emma. Sometimes they call me Miss Emma. And then they start telling, and then they call everybody around in the supermarket. She's my worker. She helped me get from this. She can help you do this. She can help you do that. And I said, you're not supposed to be telling people that you're like that. Yeah. And I told someone to call FCCP and ask for Miss Emma and all that. And it's great to hear that. It's great to hear good feedback.
Yeah, it's so important. And I was just saying, sometimes, we're in the background and we don't always get to feel that success, or be able to feel the success, or have the time to celebrate the success. Yeah, well, guess what? We're going to celebrate one more time because Sonia, Justo, and Noah just made a donation. So we're going to ring the bells for them right now, guys. Ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. We are going to play a song to bid you adieu, and it was one that was asked for, so we're going to go ahead and do that.